We have a bet going. We have a debate going. You say Jimmy Garoppolo should and will start week 1. I say Trey Lance should and will start week 1. And we have a very nice bottle of wine riding on this. So everyone, full disclosure, neither of us are objective. We have skin in the game. That being said, we really feel passionately about this. And now you've seen him in person in a real game, a preseason game. So let's do the debate again, Dad. Why do you think? Well, no, hold on. You went on Twitter the other day and said you feel like you got this in the bag. So why don't you explain why you feel that way?
Okay. I watched. Now, remember, I haven't been to practices. I haven't been there today, which is Tuesday, but I did watch on TV the game. And Trey Lance did throw a gorgeous 80-yard pass completion. Jimmy could not do that. I understand that the kid is more gifted. But I also saw what he did. Iggy, he completed 5 out of what?
14.
5 out of 14 passes. Now, that's not
3 of
good.
them are dropped. 3 of them are dropped.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, young Cohn. What I want to say is 3 of them were dropped. He throws the ball too fast.
He
does. I mean, I've been around quarterbacks, and now he does have touch, but not enough.
Okay.
Not fair. Often enough.
That's fair.
And his ball is certainly hard to intercept because he throws it too hard.
That's right.
But it's also
hard to catch. He's like Jeff Samardzija. Kaepernick was the same way. Kaepernick didn't throw many picks, but he was very hard to catch.
You know, Kaepernick sucked. I don't like him as a quarterback. This kid I like.
Yeah.
You don't like that I say he sucked? He did get him.
Well, I mean, when he was young and cheap, they won with him. I'm just going to say that. He never developed the way he should have.
That we can agree on that.
Yeah.
I think overall he didn't do well.
Of course.
But he did have that one very good season.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I don't like to talk about him.
Yeah.
He was so rude to all the media all the time. So I don't like to. He's out.
And Lance is not.
No, he's more gifted. Yeah. I think he has a very high football IQ. I never thought that Kaepernick did. So in any event, I think.
Agree.
So one, he throws too hard and too fast, and that's going to hold him back at first.
Sure.
The other is, aside from that one great pass, actually he was quite ordinary.
That's true.
Now, we haven't seen him run. We haven't seen the RPO, whatever they call it. And I'm sure we will see that in a lot of games.
Yeah.
All I feel, Iggy, he's not ready yet. And even though he's more gifted than Jimmy, and Jimmy is no big deal, I think Jimmy is more ready to start the first game. So that's my point.
I loved your points, Dad. I really understand where you're coming from, and I kind of feel like I'm going to lose this bet. But let me stick with this, all right? I feel like most people are framing this discussion when you talk about it. You talk the whole time about Trey Lance, and then you're like, I think Jimmy's more ready. Fair. Let's talk about Jimmy. Let's talk about everything you said about Trey Lance is true. What about Jimmy? Okay, yeah. Jimmy threw his 8th pick of camp today. 8th in 15 days, and it wasn't like he threw a bunch in one day. It's pretty consistent. When they let him throw down the field, it's coming, and I think that's a big problem. I mean, he is a better pocket passer than Trey Lance, but he still throws a lot of picks, and I think Lance can be an improvement by just running and not throwing picks. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, you don't think of it as being a big issue because he won so much in the past, but he hasn't been winning much recently. I think the league is catching up to him. I think he's regressing, Dad. I think the pocket passer is extinct. He was billed as the next Tom Brady. He ain't. Anytime a quarterback is in the pocket, I think the defense has the advantage because of all the disguises and tricks they can do. And, the pocket quarterbacks that succeed are the guys who are 35 and extremely experienced. That ain't Jimmy. And I think, look, let's put it this way. If you win the bet and he starts week 1, I think there's a fairly good chance that he'll get himself benched by halftime.
Of the first game.
He's been that bad in camp. And everyone's talking about Trey Lance because he's a new guy in town, but Jimmy Garoppolo is not playing well in camp. And we talked about it last week. That was a week ago. Now he's up to 8 picks in 15 days. He was better last year.
The weak part of my argument is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I have to admit, he's not a wonderful alternative. My gut feeling is a coaching staff would not put the kid in right away, but I've been wrong about so many things. Let me ask you, Iggy, you're down there and I'm not.
Yeah.
Like today, he threw a pick right to Fred Warner, right?
Did it yesterday
When,
too.
when he does it, Jimmy, what's his
Yeah.
body language immediately afterward?
Extremely frustrated. You can hear him yell, "No, like not again. Not again." He's very angry. It's like he can't believe it, but he keeps doing it. And the
Right.
guys, and it's like, what's so troubling about Jimmy's interceptions is you don't always say they're bad decisions. Like he legitimately didn't see a guy standing right in front of him. It's not like he thought he could throw the ball through Fred Warner. It's like, you didn't see him again? How? He's right there. Brett Favre used to throw picks because he's like, all right, it's double coverage, but I have the strongest arm in the world. I got this. I was like, that's a terrible decision, Brett. Jimmy's not like that at all. Jimmy's like, you didn't see that? Really? I mean, because most of the time he was very good. The rest of the day he was very good. It's just you just can't have that. You just can't have that, I guess, is what I'm saying.
I know. And throughout his career, he would have a beautiful game, and then Bad Jimmy would appear, and all of a sudden he would throw a pick, and you'd wonder, like, what was going on? I know.
Right. Now, if he wins early in the season like he has in the past, he'll keep the job. But if he gets the job week 1, throws a pick in the second quarter, and they're losing by 7 points at halftime, I don't think they'll mess around.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
As they say in baseball, give him the hook. Give him the hook.
Yeah. And real quick, before we move on, why I think that Trey Lance can be successful early on. It doesn't mean he'll be a great quarterback in the NFL. But what's happening, I think the league is changing, kind of like how basketball went from a low post game to a 3-point game. I think the pocket is dead, Dad. Pass protection sucks in the NFL. And becoming good at pocket passing takes a good offensive line and a ton of experience. And those quarterbacks, the pocket passers that come into the league, fail early on. The ones who have success early on are the ones that run around. Because once you get outside the pocket, everything is in the quarterback's favor. You can't blitz. You can't play zone. You can't disguise anything. It's just playground football. It's simple. And this guy who is a rocket arm and can run has all the advantage. So Trey Lance can do that early on. It doesn't mean that he's necessarily going to be worth a $200 million contract in 4 years, but I think he can win even with his flaws early on. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think they'll go all Baltimore Ravens if they use him?
He can do a lot of the stuff that Lamar Jackson does. I know you don't like it, but it's really tough to defend, but he can do so much more than Lamar.
He's a better quarterback.
Like Lamar couldn't have made that throw on a line. He's going to be able to do all of these rollout throws down the field that'll make you, that'll be jaw-dropping. Yes, he's going to be better than Lamar, in my opinion.
Okay.
But pocket passing, very difficult. He's not going to be as good at that right away. Anyway, thanks for letting me debate you on this. You're probably going to win this bet. I'm just trying to exert my influence on the situation as best I can.
We'll drink it together anyway. It doesn't matter.
Good point. One way or another.
Yeah.
That's true.